on the cloud. Admit everybody, and we'll make you the host. Say, guys, we got a small group tonight, but that's all right. Kevin's going to be running with this today and showing you guys how we get clients. We're going to record this because we need to record it anyways, because we got people that, will watch this later. Most of the time, most people watch these later anyway. So if you want to ask Kevin questions, just unmute yourself. Anybody and everybody can unmute themselves at any time. You're just muted upon entry, but I ask that if you unmute yourself after you've asked your question, you mute yourself again, please. Otherwise, we hear babies and barking dogs and every other thing. So let me give this access to you and make you the host, Kevin. Just pay attention to the right-hand side for people that need to be admitted.
Yep.
All right, man, it's all you. Let me pin you up here to the top. There you go.
All right. What's up, guys? Bambi, Erwin, Patrick. All right. So today we're going to go through, all right, let me share my screen. So getting leads from Facebook. Getting leads from Facebook. Like this is the fundamental, right? So if you're on Facebook, all of you are on Facebook, right? And most likely you are also getting and prospecting and probably going to groups to answer questions. Now, if your Facebook's not set up properly, you're losing sales. You're losing sales. I'm going to show you exactly how. All right. So turning your Facebook friends into bookings and sales, right? Now, the biggest problem for most people, for most agencies, it doesn't really matter what you do, rate and rank, SEO, design, Facebook ads, Google PPC, anything you do, you still need to prospect. You still need to be prospecting for clients, right? But realistically, you don't really have much options, right? You can run ads if you have some deep pockets, and most people, something like 98%, most people lose money on ads, right? If you have no idea what you're doing, most people don't. You lose money, right? You can do cold emailing if emails even get open, something like 10%, 15% open rates. And everyone else is doing this. You can do cold calling. Most of us aren't really the salesy type and do have a solution for this, as some of you probably know, but I will show that in another day. Now, and what we're covering here today is what's called organic marketing, right? It's getting leads, connecting with people, and having conversations right here on Facebook. Now, Facebook organic marketing, firstly, what is Facebook organic marketing? Setting up a profile, understanding your audience, providing solutions, and this is what we're going to cover, right? So firstly, Facebook organic marketing. So what exactly is Facebook organic marketing, right? Now, most likely, so for example, you are in this group, you're interacting in this group, and you're probably also interacting in groups that your audience is hanging out, right? But essentially what organic marketing is marketing that doesn't cost you any money. It doesn't cost you any money to attract these clients. And on Facebook, whoever your client is, whoever your audience is, they are more than likely all on Facebook because there's nearly 3 billion. What's the world population? Like 5 billion, right? So over half of these people are on Facebook, and you can get to them for free. You can reach as many people as possible through unpaid posts, right? So posts from your personal profile, posts from when you're posting groups, they're all free, and you can use that to your best advantage. Now, why should you be using your personal profile? And I'll get into why. But on your business pages, they're only good for ads. They are only ever good for ads because Facebook wants you to pay for every bit of your reach. Now, instead, what you should be doing is you should be using a personal profile as it can actually reach a large amount of friends, right? And your personal profile basically means free leads, right?
basically means free leads. All right. Now, turning and the whole idea about using a personal profile is to be turning your profile into a funnel. So you use your profile to your best advantage. You turn it into a funnel. So a funnel, as probably you all know, is basically you attract people from the top of a funnel, attract them in, put them into your funnel, and then you filter them through, right? So you turn your profile into a funnel and use that to attract your ideal clients. You offer them value in exchange for their connection, in exchange for their email. Now, for example, setting up your profile. So a lot of you have probably seen my profile. Look, my profile stands out. It's got really clear message. So I'm targeting agency owners, right? So my message is very clear. Do you want to be filling up your calendar, right? So I'm offering them, right, people that we can send free live leads to. So this is your call to action. Okay. So it's and let me just quickly go through here. So this is your standard profile, right? What we want is we want to make it into a funnel. So into a funnel. So basically anywhere they go, anywhere they click, they will only have one action to go, one place to go. And that you should make it into an attractive way for them to come through. And let me just show you. So for example, you should be offering them some sort of value in exchange for their email, in exchange for them to come in to your world, right? Because what you should do is you should give them a gift. You should give them a gift for them to take action and to offer them something for free upfront, because this is the best way to establish trust. This is the best way to establish credibility with your prospects. Now, bear in mind, these are prospects that are complete strangers, right? These are complete strangers that that you've never spoken before. So for you to establish that trust, the best way is to give them something. Give them away something, right? Give away something in order to start that relationship. And there's so many different ways you can actually give these away, right? You can be giving these away through an ebook, through a checklist, through a newsletter, through a quiz, through a case study, right? And then what you would do is you would have an attractive headline. So attractive headline. So for example, you could have, these are some of the headline formulas. How to, right? How to achieve some sort of results in a time frame without doing the things you don't want. You know, how to lose weight in 30 days without without giving up giving up chocolates you like, for example, right? So using these are proven headlines, so that when you have these headlines on your profile, and this specifically solves a specific problem that people are facing, you then attract them. You then attract them and then get them to click on your link. And that link should take them into a funnel, right? Into a funnel, into a landing page, or whatever call to action. You could be inviting them to a group, or you could be inviting them into a seminar, or or webinar, for example, right? So whatever your call to action is, but aim to solve their problem, right? And then you optimize your profile. So like this is probably how most of your profile actually looks, like a pretty scene, or a pretty picture of your dog, or it could be, right? It could be a picture of anything, right? But if you had a profile like this versus a profile like mine, right? Which of these do you think would actually convert visitors and customers, right? Of course, a well-optimized profile, because the problem is this, without you actually realizing, people are actually looking through your profile every single day, just like you are looking through people's profile every single day. And the fact that if you don't have your profile optimized and people actually looking at your profile, you are missing out on these potential leads, these potential inquiries. All right. So to optimize your profile, you cover your profile picture. And let me just show you how that actually works. So for example, this is my profile. So if I go to my profile here, so I've got my cover page, my cover profile. If I click on this, you can see I've got a message and I've got a call to action, right? And my profile picture, if you click on this, you can see another description and another call to action. So if you click on anywhere here, so all the call to action is the same. So exactly the same, like a funnel, one action, one step at a time. And there's another link. So that just on the profile, there's 4 different links, all takes people to the same place, right? The same action, same place. So this is exactly what you can do. And the best way is to direct them into a landing page. So a landing page that gives something away, right? So you are getting them come through, you give something away, could be a cheat sheet, could be a training. So they enter the email address and then it goes to the thank you page. And now they are on your email list, and now you can re-email them, you can follow up with them at any time, right? Literally at any time. All right. So next thing you want to do is you want to engage on social media. You want to start engaging with people, right? Because Facebook is huge. Facebook is a large place, and most of this is in an, as it says here, look, a isolated wasteland, right? So it's about finding these people that is hanging out in these groups, and your key is find these watering holes, find where they're all gathering, and then you could be targeting them, right? So Facebook, as you know, it's all well organized into groups where like-minded people, and there's literally a group for everything. There is groups for everything you can imagine, right? Search for groups, and let's just go through very quickly. So for example, if you're searching for chiropractor. All right, you'll find a bunch of groups, right? Bunch of groups. And what I like to do is to find those exclusive groups that, for example, chiropractors are hanging out. Maybe, you know, the associations, you know, maybe even some mastermind groups, right? Or even look at this, right? So chiropractor, garage sale, buy and sale, right? For example. So if you think about this, or even this, chiropractor association. So for example, buy and sell, right? If you're not a chiropractor, why would you want to buy and sell chiropractor equipments? So if you find groups like these, you go in, right? Doctor to doctor, sell or use chiropractors equipment. You go into these groups, guys. This is gold. You go into these groups, and this is full of doctors and chiropractors, because who else would actually go into these groups to buy and sell equipments, right? So that's an example of an exclusive group. And then there's a bunch of them. There's a bunch of them. Do a bit of research. Getting to the right groups is the first step, right? So find exactly where they're hiding. So, for example, as I mentioned, associations, clubs, and the best well-kept secret, right? This is the best kept secret. Like the best groups are actually in these paid classes. If you have, a bit of money to spend, get into some of these masterminds, because you would make sure those people are actually serious, because they have spent the money to get into these classes, and they are serious people, right? And they're desperate. So if you get into the right groups, you are already halfway there. All right. So just remember, you need to be solving problems, not selling. Solve problems and don't sell, right? You might be desperate to sell, but don't. The prospects don't give a shit. Like literally, they don't give a shit who you are, what you do, what you offer, until you provide some sort of value and show them exactly how you could help them solve their biggest problems. All right. Does that make sense? Okay. So so the biggest question comes down to, how do you laser target your prospects? How do you laser target your prospects, right? And there's a few ways in which you can actually do this. You can target them by 4 different ways, right? Let me show you some of the ways you can be laser targeting these prospects right here on Facebook. So firstly, as you remember, make sure you optimize your profile. And secondly, find these ads, right? So the first one is you can be hacking Facebook ads so that you don't need to spend your hard-earned money, right? So firstly, you scroll through and you find these, right? You find these ads that are targeting at your specific audience. So ClickFunnels, for example, they are obviously targeting, could be agency, could be coaches, could be consultants, right? Now, if you identify that ClickFunnels is also targeting at your audience, all you need to do is to find their ads. So find their ads, really simple. You could go and firstly just visit their website, and now you'll be retargeted. So visit the websites. This could be your competitors, or could be any of your competitors, or anyone who is also targeting your audience. You just go and find their websites, and now you'll be retargeted. You'll see their ads everywhere, right? If they're smart, they should be retargeting you, and you want to see their ads, right? Okay, so now you do that. You could now, so a couple of ways, right? So if you click on this, these are all the people who have engaged on this ad. Now, as you know, ClickFunnels, it's a huge company. They've spent probably, I don't know, 100,000 on ads. Easy, right? Easy. Now, for them to spend so much money, they have perfected their target interest. They have perfected their copywriting. They have perfected their images, their creatives. So you know that these people who are engaging, these people who are commenting, they are more than likely also your audience. They're also most likely your audience. So that's assuming you identify that, hey, ClickFunnels is targeting the same audience as me, right? So now what you can do is you pull up these people, and what you can do is you can add them as friends, right? Add all these people as friends. So think of this, your profile now becomes a funnel, and you want as many people as possible to see your funnel. So you should be contacting these people. You should be adding them as friends, sending them a message, introducing yourself, right? And you can see there's hundreds of these. There's hundreds of people. You can add these friends. You can send them a message. Now, as you all know, that's going to take you a hell of a long time. Right? It's going to take you a hell of a long time to actually add a friend, send a message, and then try and follow up with them, right? But you can actually automate this. So what if there's actually a way to automate this? And if you just click on these 3 dots, so click on these 3 dots, and you can actually run one of our softwares. So what we can do now, as you can see, look, there is 500. right? There's 500 people right here. Now let's go done. Now, out of the 500, probably not everyone is your target market, right? Probably not everyone is the people that you want, because you don't want, for example, you don't want anyone who is in, who's maybe in Pakistan. You don't want anyone who's in, for example, Nigeria. All right. Now, for example, okay, that's purely example. No offense to those people, but that's just an example, right? So maybe you want people just in your hometown. So it could be, whether you're based in, US or based in UK. If you're just targeting these specific people, currently there's no way in which you can target these specific people until now, right? Because what you can do with this software is this. I can now target by United States. I can now target by United Kingdom. And if I want male or female, I can now target them as well. And let's go mutual friends. That's right. Turn this off. And if there's any keywords, if you have any keywords that you want to be targeting, in this case, we won't turn this on, and you can send them a message as well. And I'll just click run, right? All I need to do, click run, and this will start, right? This will literally go through and start running and start searching for people that matches your criteria, right? That matches your criteria. And we can now go through and find and add and contact only the people who have who are currently in the States and who are currently in UK. All right. So next, we can be hacking our influencers. So these are influencers. For example, let's go into any one of these. So any one of my friends, right? So for example, actually, let's go, for example, Jason, right? So Jason, obviously, Jace here is in Rent and Rank. So all his friends would be in that similar industry, right? For example, and I'll just come here to his friends list. Now, if you are targeting the same industry as Jace, all you really need to do is to come into his friends list, and now you could run the software, right? Now you could run the software and be like, again, I just want from Jason's friend list, I only want people from UK or even from Australia. And I want, if you want to have any keywords, for example, it could be a chiropractor, it could be, a roofer, for example, right? And that's, and you can actually remove people. So I don't want any coaches. I don't want any coach. I don't want anyone who's affiliate, right? So maybe I go, I want a chiropractor, for example. Or people from SEO. I just click run, and what this will do now is this will literally go and search the group. Search your influencer, so your influence list, and it will go through the list until it finds the right people that matches your criteria. All right. So that's the second way of actually doing this. The third way is you can go into any groups, right? Let's go any groups. And for example, let's go into a real estate group. Actually, let's just go into, let's, for example, right? You're all in this group. So let's say people who are posting some sort of value, right? Some sort of value post, or people who are, they could be asking questions like, how to run ads like this, right? So the people who are answering, for example, you're targeting agency owners, right? For example, people who are answering these questions are more than likely are also agency owners. So what you can do now is you can come here, click on these three dots. Again, I can filter by country. I can filter by gender. And I can say, I only want to be targeting people who call themselves agencies. I only want to be targeting founders. I only want to be targeting CEOs. I only want to be targeting owners. And I don't want people who work at or works at, people who are affiliates, people who are coaches, people who call themselves SEO or whatever, right? And then you click run. And now what that's going to do is this is going to go through and start adding and contacting everyone that's here. All right. So stop this. All right. Now the next powerful way is to be going to hack your group members. So going to the group members area. So for example, here, go to members area, and rather than going through, and this is probably a lot of what you guys are doing, right? Going through and seeing what they do, their profile, and probably then decide to contact them and add them, right? Now, the biggest problem with that is you have no idea. You have no idea which country they're from, their gender, and it's also very, very time consuming. It's very time consuming, right? Because you have to literally go through and scroll through the page in order to find the ones that maybe qualifies, right? And look, you all have a business run, you all have an agency run, right? But if you sit here, spend hours and hours and hours, which you can, each day to be prospecting, it's a waste of time. It is literally a waste of time, right? But now you can literally click on this button and this will go through. This will go through and find everyone who matches your criteria, right? For example, Jeff here, he calls himself a founder and agency. So we know he's a founder, he's an agency, and we know he's based in, I think I set tier 1. So tier 1 countries. So all the tier 1 countries. So you know he's from a tier 1 country. And you know he's a agency because this is what my keyword has have said. And all these negative keywords, which is what I don't want. So now you know that Jeff is more than qualified for your services or products, right? All right, stop this. So as I just went through, you can use these very, very powerful filters. Filter for location on your audience based, only people in your local area, right? Filter by gender, target only males or females. Filter by negative keywords, you remove anyone you don't want. Works at affiliates, coaches, marketing, etc. And now you could, now that's the first step. So once you add these people, once you contact these people, then what you do is you then manage these conversations, right? You can see my messenger. This is my messenger. Now your messenger probably doesn't look like this, but my messenger is all well organized in all these labels, right? All these labels. So I can go through and I can be labeling everyone. Think of these as your sales leads pipeline. So I could be like, hey, this is a badass, or, people who have come in, expressed as interested, people come in as replied. This could be your dream 100, for example, right? Your dream 100, or it could be a partner, or it could be someone you need to do a demo, or it could be, a cheapskate, right? So any of these, you could go through and start labeling everyone. Now, the coolest thing is this. The coolest thing is once you label them, you can follow up with them, right? You can actually follow up with them and get 90% open rates right here on Messenger. Because most of the time, emails, you send out emails, while they're important, you still need to build an email list. But a lot of times it doesn't get opened. It doesn't get opened. So when you get them through, you put them on an email list, and then you would also add them to your Messenger list, right? So as you have conversations, you tag and label each and every one of these people, because I'll tell you what, once you do, you start drip campaigns. You do broadcasts, right? You can actually literally create a broadcast, and let's say, you want to push out an offer, or you want to push out some sort of giveaway, right? All you need to do is you go create broadcast. I go labels, right? So people who have expressed interest, let's say 5-10 minutes apart, and I send them a crazy ass offer today only, right? I can schedule this 2 minutes later. I can schedule this later, and all I need to do is send broadcast, and it's done. It's done. It will send to everyone that has expressed interest, right? For example, right? So you can see this is super, super powerful. I've labeled all these people as interested. I can now blast them an offer, right? So, so this is your sales lead pipeline. You can follow up your prospects with 90% open rates, and you can never, this means you never lose track of conversations, because you can now, for example, you don't even need to remember their name. I'll just go, who I need to follow up. I go follow up. Or actually, let's go contest, right? People who came through my contest, or people who came through as interested, right? Boom. So all you need is to remember the stages they're in. And look at this, right? Look at this. All right. And you can move them at any time, right? Move them anytime, tag them at any time, right? Because, for example, you can go in any one of these, and they are interested, and you can even tag them, be like, hey, they are interested, but they are interested in, interested in free leads, interested in, any of your other solutions, interested in SEO, interested in web design. You can actually tag them and specifically do a drip campaign just to the ones that you've tagged. All right. Now, your sales leads pipeline, you can add notes. You can set reminders. So I can add a note here. For example, we spoke on Zoom. For example, like that. All right. So this note will now be specific to this person, right? You could also send out some templates. So for example, if you have any of the templates that it could be a template script that you are doing your outreach with, you just click a button and boom, right? This auto populates without you even need to retype every single conversation. All right, let me just delete this. And you could also set reminders, set additional details, and you can push this to, for example, if you have Go High Level or you have any other CRMs, you could push this to any other third-party applications and push this to your calendar. All right, so that's the CRM to manage all your conversations. And the next thing to do is to be attracting your prospects with contents. So attracting your prospects with contents. And there's so many ways in which, you can come up with content. And why is content important? Because think of this as, now, once they come through your profile, you then start nurturing them with contents. And this is how, let me just show you some of the examples, but this is how you could warm them up. So just like how you can send them emails to warm them up, you warm them up with your contents, right? You warm up with your contents. Sorry. All right. So for example, you could post a brand awareness, or you could post an engagement post, right? Fill in the blanks. So these invite engagements, right? Hi, I live in such and such, anyone else, right? Or you could do a humor post, right? Something funny, or you could do something, some inspirational, right? Some inspirational post to teach people something, right? And then from time to time, you could do a promotion, send out a promotion. But that promotion should be, probably 20, maybe 10% to 20% of the time. Most of the time, you should be giving value, establishing your brand, and letting people see you, right? Letting people see you, your results, something about you, something about your solution, something about the value you can bring to the table. And that's what your content should be, because you'll find that a lot of people actually connect with you. They probably won't say much, but they are watching. They are watching your contents. They are seeing your contents because they have now connected with you. They probably come through your funnel, and some of your posts, they probably won't reply. They'll probably give you a like, and there will come a time where you do a post or a Facebook Live, and they will start to reach out because that post will resonate with them strongly, right? So that's when they're ready, right? Because all these times you've been nurturing them with all these contents. Or you could write a story, right? Or you could ask a question, or you could do some sort of value post, right? There's so many different ways in which you can actually do this, right? So for example, truth bombs, you don't have to be great, but you do have to start to be great, right? For example, you do a post like this, I guarantee you'll have tons of engagements, right? So it's about knowing what to post. But the next thing, next problem comes with contents. Like, you need to be posting contents, but they are very time consuming. They're very time consuming. So we have a solution for this as well. So you can actually schedule all your posts through here. Look, there's actually currently a server update, so it's actually circling. But you can actually schedule all your posts right here without you even having to touch it, right? Now, you can actually do that because it takes time. It all takes a lot of time. But if you automate this entire process, it becomes really, really easy. All right. Okay. So, sales pipeline. Now, this is just a conversation with one of my clients. Now, he's using this exact same approach, right? So connecting with people, blasting out messages, and this was his conversation with me, right? He literally booked a few calls just by sending out a broadcast, right? So what he's doing, he's actually offering people and be like, hey, quickly, I'm offering this weekend. I'm doing this for free. And if you want, let's hop on a call, right? If you're interested, let's hop on a call. And that it was literally as simple as that, giving them a simple offer, completely free. If they want to see some results. So the offer, he's running Facebook ads for people. And he was offering them to do this for free. And all they need is to provide their ad account, and management is free free until he gets them, I think 20 or 30 inquiries. Sounds like a no-brainer deal, right? And he got so many book calls and actually converted a lot of sales just from this, right? Very, very simple, but very powerful, because imagine all those people that you have just connected for free. Right here on Facebook, you connected for free. And now you just do a broadcast and boom, you can now turn them into bookings and eventually into sales, right? Okay, so any questions? Any questions? All right. So how to get started. So getting started with all this. So today I've shown you the Facebook prospecting system, right? So some of you probably been seeing me talk about Facebook prospecting system. This is the strategy. This is the basis of organic marketing. And of course, you can do this all manually. You can go into groups. You can do everything that I've shown you today manually. But if your time is worth more than $3 a day, like literally, if your time's worth more than $3 a day, you can actually automate this process. You can actually automate this process, because at the end of the day, you are only as good as your tools, right? So when you are prospecting, if you don't have the right tools and you're just going through manually, firstly, it's taking you, it's wasting you a lot of time. And secondly, you are actually missing out on a lot of qualified clients, right? And automation can actually help you to laser target these people and find them, right? And you can do that with literally a cup of coffee a day. And there's literally over $4,000 worth of value. All right, so let me just show you exactly what they are. So these are, all right. So I've gone through how you can get booked appointments, find the groups, filter your prospect by gender, by country, gender, by the title, remove everyone you don't need by negative keyword. You can schedule broadcasts based on conditions, remove everyone who shouldn't be part of your list, and label everyone, right? Label everyone, and then you rinse and repeat, right? So that was the conversation, and this will get you 50 to 100 targeted client leads on autopilot without lifting a finger, and turn your Facebook into a well-organized, full-blown sales leads pipeline. Bunch of testimonials here, guys, if you want to check it out. But you can literally get started for a cup of coffee, $3 a day. Now, if your time's not worth $3 a day, I don't really know what is. But look, of course, if you don't think your time is worth $3 a day, you can still do all this manually. Do all this manually, right? But you have a business to run, and that's where your focus should be. All right, so all these, so what you're getting here, you're getting Friend Connector, you're getting the filter upgrade, you're getting a disconnector to disconnect all your friends, you get a filter upgrade, you have all the tools to manage all your conversations, and there's a bunch of bonuses here, right? Bunch of bonuses here, including some closing scripts, the scheduler, and the templates, which I've just gone through. You'll get all that. There's 240 different templates. 240 different templates that gives you 8 months worth of contents. There'll be a 30-minute consultation with me. I'll show you how this works, how the best way to use these tools, the best way to reach out to people, the strategy behind these. And in addition, hey, going to make it a complete no-brainer. You get 30 days, risk-free, completely risk-free. You get lifetime support from me. you get total value of $4,470. But also, I'm going to throw in a few fast action bonuses. So that blueprint you saw, right? Oh, which one? So this blueprint here, there's 80 pages of this. I'm going to give you this completely for free, right? Usually I charge for this. There's $97 worth of value here. Now, secondly, I'm also going to give you a Facebook profile theme, right? So you don't need to stuff around with hiring designers. I'm going to give it to you completely for free. You can choose one of, there's so many, there's like 50. It's like 50 of them. And I'm going to give you one completely for free. That's $300, which usually I charge. You'll get also a lead magnet funnel. So I have these available in HTML, so you can export this to anywhere else, and this alone is $500 worth of value, right? And number 4, I'm going to give you also $1 million ad copy. So this is an ad copy from 40 of the top internet entrepreneurs, and I'm sure you know a lot of these people. So this alone again is worth $500 worth of value. So, all right, and it is only available if you take action right now, right? For $3 a day, guys. $3 a day. As I said, hopefully, your time is worth more than $3 a day, right? Because if it's not, you're not valuing your time. You're not valuing your time. And everyone has a value. Everyone's time has a value. Whether it's $20 an hour, whether it's $50 an hour, whether it's $100 an hour, you all have a value, right? And if you're spending more than $3 a day doing all these tasks that can be automated, you're wasting your time. Questions? All right. So Graham says you won't beat this value, guys. Still, yes. So Graham, look, Graham's on this solution and it's completely changed how he prospects. Completely changed how he prospects. Set it and forget it, and it runs in the background, right? No more going to groups. No more researching and wondering who to add. And one click, you can follow up with them. Literally one click, you can be following up with them, with all your prospects, right? The private message tab, dude, it's a game changer. It is complete game changer, right? So any questions? Any other questions, guys?
Mate, I just want to say that this friend connector turns Mark Zuckerberg into your bitch. basically reverse engineered the guy so you don't have to keep blowing all your money on Facebook ads.
Oh, dude, absolutely. Because just finding that Facebook ad, that is a game changer. Find those Facebook ads. And in fact, like some of these courses, they actually courses you spend like thousands, like tens of thousands of dollars actually to take. They actually teach this. This is actually a hack. They actually teach this. Go find your target audience, go find those ads, and technically anyone who they have targeted is also your audience. You just go and target their audience. Simple as that. And that alone, firstly, find those ads, and secondly, automate that process. I mean, this process alone will save you thousands of dollars, because it's almost like you running an ad, except you don't have to spend the money. Like, let other people spend the money and you can just reap the rewards. How cool is that? All right. Any questions? All right. Okay. All right, guys, if there's no more questions, I might end this live, and I'll also put these links, these details And these slides will also be available inside of the of your dashboard as well, so you can refer to it. And any questions, you can also drop down in comments. Actually, let me paste some links. All right. I've just pasted a link. I'll also paste a link inside the group as well. So, dude, Graham, thanks, Kev. Looking forward to it. Welcome, buddy. Welcome. As always, look, you've literally just scratched the surface of this, right? There's so much more you can do. There's so much more. So, all right, guys, appreciate you all. The recording will be available. You could replay this. The slides will be available, and I'll be posting this in the group as well. All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Graham, Erwin, Patrick.